you got questions, raise your hand.
Just like in school, raise your hand, be in order here. I'm shocked Igo's gonna lead this night.
Well, Donnie, obviously the news is out there, the last game as OC at ECU. Just kind of walk us through that conversation and, kind of your emotions on a week like this.
Well, I don't know if I'm really ready to get into that too much till this game's over. So I'm not going to make y'all come back. Maybe I'll just email y'all or something. But all's good. All's really good. Me and Mike go way back. We have a great relationship. And, this has been coming. I know I look young. Okay, I know I look way too young, but I'm a little older, probably not a little. It's just the job ages you a little bit, makes you look a little older. The plan's always been that, it's time to do something. I want to do some other things in life. I've drugged my wife around to, I don't even know, 10 states. I don't know how many different places we've lived. And, she's got a dream about retiring in the mountains. That's what we were just talking about. And I've committed to make that happen. It's probably time for me to let her lead a little bit and go do some stuff like that anyhow. So I just, we were kind of like, well, we'll just see how long this goes. Shank beat me to it last year. I really was seriously considering it last year. And that would probably been a good time to go out with the bowl game and all that stuff with a good team. But when you win like that, it also kind of energizes you a little bit. And I did have a goal of winning a conference championship again. I think we've won 7. I've been a part of 2 of them. And when we kind of came back, when I left the last time before, that was kind of an issue about we're going to win conference championships. And I guess that was kind of something that was the only bitterness I left here with probably when I did leave. So I wanted to win that conference championship. And not that I thought we were necessarily going to win it this year. Okay, I knew we were going to be good on defense. I knew we're not going to be quite as good on offense. I thought we'd be better than we are. Don't get me wrong. So I didn't know it might take a year or 2, whatever it might be, but I said I know the time. And, right now, God, that was the worst day of my life probably, and I was so frustrated. And I knew coaches getting beat up and, so we just kind of started talking and I was like, maybe we just need to, and I know some people in town and probably some of the administration needs a little blood. I said, bloody me up, take it, whatever we got to do, you know what I'm saying? So we just kind of decided it might be time to make a change. And there'll be a lot of stuff in me go through, but right now I don't have time for that because we really want to play this game. We really want to do well. We really want to win, and we've just got so many good kids that have hung in there. We got some seniors that I really want them to have another time to sing the victory song, and I want to sing it, you know what I'm saying? So, but there are some other things I want to do. Now, I was just telling him, I've had 2 phone calls today, and I answered both of them, about jobs. And my wife will kill me if she hears me say that, but not that I would take them, but I did take the call. So I don't know. You know what? I'm a little burned out right now, not going to lie to you. It's been a long season. All seasons, you're tired at the end of the year. This one's been extremely hard, obviously, when you just can't get anything going and, for whatever. And I take all responsibility for that, which is what I told Coach. It's, when we win, I get a lot of pats on the back, you know what I'm saying? And when you lose, you take a lot of knives in the back. And you know what? I knew that when I got into it. My dad was a coach. And as Ruff used to say, you knew it was a rattlesnake when you picked it up, and you still picked it up. So if it bites your hand, you know what? You knew it was coming. So that was a lot of ramble there, probably more than you wanted. But I'm not going to go away, just totally away, so we can still talk after this game or whatever, So I'll either be at the coast or in the mountains. So if you need me, that's where I'll be. All right?
Well, fine.
It's okay. Sorry for that long answer.
Coach, you got Tulsa this week. What have you seen on defense, and how do you kind of approach a game where this is the last game of the season?
Yeah, I don't know. Every year has a last game to it, so it's not that you're not used to that. That's really all I'm looking at it like that. They've had a frustrating year. Kevin Wilson's the head coach there. Kevin's a good friend of mine. We grew up about 10 minutes apart. Have known each other forever. Kevin was in on the job here when Ruff hired. He was one of the 3, when all that went down. And so Kevin's going to do a great job there. It's his first year. They've had some issues. They've struggled. This number 0, I just call them by their numbers. I don't give them, it's not NFL, you don't call them by their names, is tremendous. They got maybe the best defense player in the league. So that's where a lot of our concern has been. We're going to have to control him. It'll take more than one to block him. And so I know we're going to have 2 teams out here just trying to get that bad taste out. And everybody's talking about going into the off season, you win, it's so much better. So it'll be a competitive game. We hadn't played them in a couple of years. They've always been good on defense. You know, I think they're pretty good on offense too, you know, from what Blake and those guys say. So we're just really concentrating on us though. There's just so much that we could be better at, and it's so close. And I know everybody gets tired of you saying that, but you know, when you watch the tape, everybody just puts their head down and goes, "Oh my gosh," you know, we're just out of sync. You know, we're just out of sync. The receiver goes a little too far, the quarterback throws it a little too far behind him. You know, it's just something every different time. But eventually, we will get this going here, and I don't have any doubt about that. That the players have hung in there. And there's some really good young talent, and we're just going to try to go win. You know what I'm saying? Just play our best and have some fun. It's always the last time together. It'll be emotional after the game, you know, one way or the other, but nothing to do with me. It'll just be because it's for the seniors. It's their last game forever.
Donnie, what's your role now as you kind of exit, but as a recruiter, you've been talking to these kids, trying to get them here. So, you know, what is that all cut off? Do you continue that? What's that like moving forward?
Well, no, because it's not like that. You know, it's not like the other type deal like we left last time, you know. Well, last year, I guess, last time I actually stayed for a while and did that too. But, yeah, I have tried to reach out, and most of them have reached out. You know, they saw the news, you know, right before anybody did. And, you know, I didn't recruit anybody personally to come play for me. It was always East Carolina, okay? It was always the school. It was always the program. And I think the kids today are so used to this, the way coaches move around on their own or get told to move around. You know, the combination of it now is just incredible. They go through it in high school now. I don't think they're nearly as affected by it like it was probably in the old days. So I sat in the recruiting meetings, you know, I'm still there doing all that. And you know what? I don't even know when I'm walking out. We didn't really get that far because Sunday we were just trying to figure a way to fix something, beat Tulsa, and then we'll worry about that next. But you know what I'm saying? I mean, it's all good. It's all good. It's not like that. Like I said, I was joking a little bit about the bloodiness. You know, I said, but I know some people need some blood. They want some drama. You know what I'm saying? That makes for a good copy, I guess. And so, I don't know. It's not really been that big of a deal. I've literally not even thought about it because I hadn't had time now. Saturday night, I'm sure it's going to be a little bit different. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to go through a lot the next week, but my wife's already got me booked up for I don't know how many things already ready to go, so she's going to keep me busy.
Very different Tulsa team from the last time out, but a lot of
Yeah.
returners who
Yeah.
have had this experience and kind of still have the bad taste of 21 in their mouth. Do you kind of use that as a little bit more motivation when you're calling stuff this week, try and use some emotion with them?
You know, I don't know if you do. You're right. We had a bad experience out there. We won the game 3 times. Got it taken away from us all 3 times. That was a tough deal, and you know that probably knocked us out of the bowl picture at that time. We could have gotten there a year earlier. It is a different program. It's a total different scheme defensively. You know, I remember more when Tulsa came here on the Thanksgiving weekend, and we did not play well. And so my thoughts have been about, let's don't let that happen again. But, you know, I heard you saying something to Blake about let it roll, and Lord, they do. And I know y'all don't think we do. We have 63 plays last week, for example. We had 9 long shots, what we call shots called. We were 0 for 9, okay? Now, they held the receiver on one of them. I know I've bitched about that all year long. They always come back and say, yeah, we should have called pass interference. You know, those things could have made a huge difference. So we'll call, I guess we got to call 15, you know, out of 63. Sometimes we just got to throw it. We just got to do better. You know, we got to catch it. There's always something in there. But, yeah, we're going to, you know, just try to win the game. I know that's redundant, but that really is whatever it takes to do to win the game. So.
Yeah.
Coach, a lot of time spent here at East Carolina. It's maybe after the game question too, but just as far as, you know, you're a coach, you move around a lot as a family, but it seems like you kind of identify and have found a home here at ECU in Eastern North Carolina. So what does this place kind of mean to you?
Well, yeah, it's big to me. It is. You're gonna get me going here now, okay? My son went to school here. Played baseball here. Won a couple conference championships. I got 2 conference championships. He's got 2. I damn didn't want to beat him. I wanted to get to at least 3. That was the other motivation probably behind that. So, we're always going to be connected to it though, because he bleeds it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I couldn't talk him into going somewhere else because I was worried about him coming to school here with me being here, that might not be the best idea, and there was nothing getting him out of here. And so he'll always be coming back. We'll always be connected. The kids grew up here, so they went to school here and the whole bit. So yeah, I mean, I think Greenville they probably think is their home, like that. So, but we have been a lot of places. We got a lot of those things. We might take a little victory lap or something, go see all those people play or something like that. But it'll always be probably the most special. I might have told the story before. So when I'm at Chattanooga, before I was the head coach there at Chattanooga, I was the assistant coach, and we played here. I remember David Gerard was the quarterback. That's what I do remember. We could not tackle him. I do remember that too. And we came down here and we played, and I remember walking around that Friday. We did a walkthrough and the whole bit, and I told some of the coaches on the staff, I said, well, that's a great place. And Misty had wanted to come to school here. It was between here and Appalachian, speech pathology. This was unbelievably great school, and it was App, and she ended up choosing App. But you always, maybe I would have liked going to the other one that I chose. So I just said, man, I'd love to coach there. I remember we got beat, and then I remember coming back when we were at South Carolina, and that was the Peach Bowl team, and we beat East Carolina by about 40-something the year before, and we came there and got beat. And I remember I was in the press box coming out, and the fans were just screaming unbelievable insanities at me and the whole bit. And I was like, that's cool as hell right there. You know what I'm saying? I said, I knew that would be my kind of place. I loved that passion. And so, even more to the story, Coach Stasovich, who really created this program, my dad had played for him at Lenore Ryan, and he had offered my dad a job to come as a GA. And my mom was pregnant with my older brother at the time, so he chose family over the career. And he had always followed East Carolina, though, and thought, what would have happened if I would have went and done that with Staff? So I was always kind of connected to it. So when the job came open and Skip took the job, I was at Western Carolina. And as soon as I heard the news, I was like, I'm getting in on that job. And I had some connections. I knew Skip a little bit. And when he called me, family meeting, both kids crying, wife questioning, what am I doing? I said, this one y'all gonna have to trust me on. This will be the best thing that ever happens to all of us. And it probably has been.